Oh, hello. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Got Dank Wanna Hang. That was submitted by John Ely 69. The folks at Mary Jane gave me and my guests on the April 20th show all these gift bags with lots of fun stuff in it. As you can see, I signed it. I'll sign it again. I don't give a shit. I'll even use a different kind of Sharpie. So your friends will be like, why did he sign it twice? And you could be like, oh, he just gets high and does things. Look at that. It's beautiful. Maybe I'll sign it a third time. No, we're going to give it away soon. All you got to do to possibly win it is be a member of the 420 Club. You could sign up at patreon.com/gettingdoug. We'll do a different giveaway each month. And I'll tell you, next week's month will knock your... Next week's giveaway will knock your dick in the dirt. I was so excited about saying knock your dick in the dirt that I couldn't get through the words right before it. Doug plugs, I'm doing stand-up on Sunday, June 11th at the Punchline in San Francisco at 420. Wednesday, June 14th at the American Comedy Company in Sweet Home, San Diego. And Monday, June 19th, I'm at the Comedy Connection in Providence, Rhode Island. Always a fun time there. For all of my road dates and deets, go to douglovesmovies.com and enjoy the show.
The universe couldn't handle it.
Hopefully this is going to be a successful mission today. We heard rumblings of some possible technical issues. Hey, can you guys scoot as tight in this way as you can get here? Yeah, because we got to get everybody in the shot. We got two old bees, as I like to say, and one new bee. It's Chris Cubas, Ron Funches, and Sean X-Pac Waltman. They are all here. So great to have you, dude. You, of course, are a newbie, and you're, because Chris and Ron have been here a bunch of times.
Many times.
Yeah, and your Twitter handle is
At the real X-Pac.
Real X-Pac, which is X-P-A-C.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, I just want to make sure people can reach out to you and, you know, tell you how much they enjoyed you here and follow you and your other interests, because the reason I wanted you to come here is because you did a show with Ron in Los Angeles last month that I attended and had a wonderful time.
Which is really cool because you're not like a big wrestling man even, and you still dug it, right?
Well, I've always, you know, I certainly had a period of time in my youth where I would watch a lot of wrestling and attend it live. Like I got to see George the Animal Steel, that kind of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, I kind of fell out of it, you know, for a while.
Sure.
And now I partially because of you, the two of you, your enthusiasm for it. Plus, I've become friends with Colt Cabana.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm back. I think I'm back in.
I
really enjoy it.
And did you mention that maybe you would come to WrestleMania next year?
That's what I said. I saw pictures of Ron there having a good time. I was like, I'm going next year.
Oh, yeah.
And I've written down the date. I written down the date in my calendar.
Spreading the gospel. I love it.
It's in New Orleans this next time, I think.
Yeah.
And I've never had a problem going there. So yeah, that's the plan.
Careful with your weed down in Louisiana, though.
Well, yeah. I try not to, you know, get too crazy, but you know, I also am
They love to throw people in jail
white
down
person.
You do have a little bit of a sneaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just walk. Oh, what? I just hide my weed under my whiteness real fast.
Exactly.
Some of them, not all of you.
That's been a good perk. I've been dating a 6-foot-tall blonde lady, and it's been a good perk.
That comes with benefits.
She's the mule.
You get like
Can you just hide
you
behind
get
her? Like
grandfathered into whiteness.
No. Her grandfather hates me.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit!
I knew there would be some good laughing today.
We got some good laughing.
Yeah, we got some good laughers. And so, but I want to be clear about the show that I talked about. It's Get High and Watch Wrestling. Is that what it's called?
Get High, Watch Wrestling is basically, I mean, it's a simple title for a simple product.
Yeah, GHWW.
Yeah, it's basically Mystery Science Theater meets Monday Night Raw meets a nice indica or sativa.
Yeah.
Their next one is next Friday. Friday, May 26th at Center Family. Friday, 10 o'clock. Come on out. Tickets are on sale now. We do, even if you buy the little bit more pricey tickets, you can come and meet and greet with us and maybe talk with us. We can't legally say that, but
Do you watch the old stuff, or are you watching like the current, it's like that week's Raw or whatever?
No, we do like a mix. We kind of make up a clip show of like classic promos and some indie stuff. But usually I like to go more like 80s, 90s, things that I grew up watching. And then sometimes we throw in some new stuff, just whatever is funny. We do some like total nonstop deletion, anything with Matt Hardy, of course. So,
I'm sure once we run out of the old stuff, the classic stuff, the new product still gives us some stuff to laugh at.
Oh, certainly. Oh yeah, I saw House of Horrors recently. I could make a few jokes out of it.
I apologize to everyone. I showed up today high, so I've completely forgotten the fact that we were supposed to start smoking a couple minutes ago.
Oh.
I didn't want to be.
I didn't want to just
I forgot to set my alarm.
Yeah.
It's just not. This shouldn't be a morning show.
It's a wake and bake.
Exactly. So go ahead and we loaded up all the pipes with sativa, of which today's is called J1. And the indica, if you want to try some of it, we always have such a small amount of indica because it's so potent, is Fire OG.
Nice.
If you want to try it. But you guys probably have things to do today, right?
I do. I have my show to do when I leave here. I have a podcast I do strictly about wrestling called X-Pac 12360. Ron's been on it a little bit.
I've been on it. It's fun.
Yeah.
We talk about just wrestling. It's awesome.
Yeah, that sounds great.
He knows a lot about wrestling.
Yeah,
Really?
I could learn a lot from you. And Chris Cubas, so you have, of course, you're an Austin comedy phenom, but are you, what do you got on the books here in California this week?
I leave tomorrow, so I already did all my shows.
Oh, yeah?
You missed them.
You missed me, but I go to Vegas tomorrow.
Crapshoot this weekend.
So that'll be super fun.
Yeah.
Tell's there, and Bronger, and Morgan Murphy, and yeah, it's gonna be a great festival.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna try not to gamble my whole paycheck.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah, it sounds like it could be a trap.
It does seem like problematic. Get a comic
yeah.
drunk and give me my check early in the week. I feel like they're gonna give me my check when I get there.
Doesn't sound profitable.
But I get to hit that buffet hard, so it'll all come out. It'll all come out in the
You
wash.
balance it out. I like that.
You play Vegas much, Ron?
No, I don't enjoy Vegas as a concept. Usually, it's
But I mean, how about work-wise?
no, I've done it a couple times. It usually is like okay, but I find that like it's real drinky, real aggressive, real type A, and like me and my zone doesn't really match up with it. Because they're always like get drunk or here's some coke, but nobody wants to chill and smoke pot and talk about like Care Bears and shit, which is what I do.
Well, we'll find out. I am a little like I don't know what they book a festival like who's going to Vegas? I booked a trip to Vegas, and then they're like, oh, wait, also Chris Cubas is telling jokes. You know what I mean? Like, they're coming to Vegas to gamble, and then we're just kind of going to
Well, I imagine the festival will get a big turnout for
it's gotta
locals
do.
who like comedy.
But that's my thing. I don't know who lives. I haven't been to Vegas in 15 years. Do people live there? Like, I don't even know than the hotel workers.
Some people live there.
Yeah, but there's plenty of jobs there, especially in the gambling establishments and the strip clubs and whatnot.
I'll be happy to get out of there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to sit in that casino all day.
Yeah, and you have multiple shows over the weekend, I'm sure. So anybody that's a
like
fan of
6
you
shows.
could probably have one of those nights off.
Sure.
Because
Yeah,
Friday and
it's fun.
Saturday, most people there that live there have to work also.
Right. Yeah, it should be fun though. They're giving us free. They were like, tell us one thing you really want to do in Vegas and we can make it happen. And I was all high and I couldn't think of anything. So I was like, I'll go see a magic show. That'll be fun. And then as soon as I hit enter, I was like, as soon as I hit send on the email, I was like, wait, you could just shoot machine guns in Las Vegas. Like, there's crazy shit you can do I didn't even think about. So I'm going to go see some magic, I guess.
They got a pinball museum. Crazy shit. Well, I'm very excited for you, and I'm happy that Ron knows not to go to Vegas. Everybody has to have their.
I'll find out this time.
I think you'll have a good time.
Yeah, I think with the festival it's different.
Yeah.
I think it's like there's so much of a draw. I mean, Dave Attell alone. Like,
Yeah, now
people
Dave
just
Attell,
come out.
people gonna go see him there in Vegas. That makes sense to me. That makes sense. That's gonna be fun.
For sure.
But not for me. I'm not gonna be there.
David Tell's the sweetest guy that created a personal hell for himself by being so big on alcohol and then quitting altogether.
Sure.
Because he must get offered drinks all the time still.
Has to be.
Absolutely.
It's like if I quit pot, it would be really unpleasant.
And unsuspected.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would see that
Really,
coming.
yeah, that would really like shake the core of this world. Really.
Have you tried to quit?
What?
Have you tried?
Why
I'm just
would he
kidding.
try?
No, I quit for a month for a documentary, and that was
well, I
I
remember
was
that.
good.
Do you still
I
do
remember
Sober
that.
October?
I still quit alcohol for a month every year, and it's a different month each year. And this year I did February to get it over with.
Oh, because you want like 28 days.
I feel like I'm going to want to drink a lot this year. Yeah, it's the shortest month, and it's
Yeah.
Black History Month, so it's a
Yeah.
good time to be sober.
Reflect.
Really dig into it.
This is just a fun morning. That's what I like about
Right?
it.
I think, it'd be kind of fun to...
Is that what?
Just have a group of friends, just have it in there, and you just hanging out, smoking pot, chit chat, and asking each other what they're
Yeah.
up to. This is a good racket.
I should just do that. What are you up to? But sometimes, it really varies. Like you guys are pretty chill today, but some people get high and then they won't shut the fuck up. And other times people get high and they get quiet.
Yeah.
So I don't know which way it's going to go. So I always prepare lots of stuff to do.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then, like, when Andy Kindler's on, I didn't get to any of it.
Just throw those cards over his shoulder.
It would be fun for Get High Watch Wrestling.
Oh, yeah, he
Great.
would.
We should get him on that.
Yeah, he'd be great. I'm going to be out of town for I'd volunteer my services, but I'm out of town for
You're a
this
busy
one.
man.
Yeah, I'm going to be... Where am I going to be that night? I think I'm going to be in San Antonio.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna change. I think we're gonna maybe try it on a Thursday or a Wednesday in the future because people are usually, like you're booked on Saturday and Friday. I'm sure.
You could pack the place out. You could also
Yeah.
do it. You could, copy my deal and do a show at 4:20 in the afternoon on a
Oh yeah,
Saturday.
right on. Nice.
Yeah, it changes up who can come if you do different dates. That's why the model of a stand-up comedian playing 5 or 6 shows over a weekend works pretty well because somebody can find the time
Right.
over one of those 6 shows to come see the act they like.
But do you think it works the other way too? Sometimes with the scarcity model of just like, I'm only coming one time.
That's why I just do one show because, if that doesn't sell out, then I'm like, oh, that's a shame.
It's just not my heart. They just don't enjoy me here.
Or I picked a bad time, like
if
there's
it didn't
sometimes
sell-
where, people are just more into something else,
Yeah.
obviously.
So a lot of
like
there's a
you
lot of
can't do stand-up during the Super Bowl.
Right.
There's a lot of competition for the entertainment dollar out there.
Yeah.
That's how me and Pac Pa did. We met a couple times, but we really hung out at Rhode Island at this comic book convention. We just talked about entertainment and how the process of just that it's the same in wrestling or comedy of just trying to up your craft and be better and making sure you can draw eyes and draw butts to the seats, and that's overall the job no matter what it is. And that's why we hang out and work well together. It's real fun. It's
And
cool
they gotta
to-
leave happy.
Gotta leave happy.
Gotta leave happy.
Gotta leave happy.
Yeah. Well, that's where the whole of the craft is, right? Like you can draw
Right.
people, but if you're no good when you get there, then ain't coming back.
How about I hope they leave happy? Is that good enough?
That's true. I mean, not
I don't
everybody.
wanna
Not
break us-
everybody's
I don't wanna
gotta leave
sweat
happy.
it, I don't want to worry about
Yeah.
everybody's happiness. That's tough.
Here's been my thing lately is that I gotta leave.
Can't
happy.
please everybody.
I should
Well,
leave
yeah,
happy.
but also, unless you were having like a 10-minute giggle fit, and even that I think I'd enjoy. I think what you enjoying yourself is part of what's fun about you and your
Yeah.
comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's it's infectious. I mean, there's some comics that can get up there and just yell about shit, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I think people want happy comedians.
It's really happy stuff.
Thank God.
Or you can be both. I mean, you can do whatever
Yeah,
you
you
want.
can do
That's
both.
the
Like,
great thing.
like Eddie Pepitone is the prime example of that. Like a guy who's just yelling the whole time, but clearly having a ton of fun. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, for
I
sure.
hope he's having fun.
He has to
seems to
be.
be having a breakdown.
Yeah, but in like the most enjoyable way.
You never know if he was really having a breakdown because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, Eddie's
He's just timing
screaming.
that breakdown out 8 o'clock every fucking night. Having a breakdown.
Yeah, he's managed to schedule his anxiety attack.
I'm sure the first one was legit though, right?
Ow.
He's like, let me write this down.
What's your high history, X-Pac?
I need to have my own high history.
When did you get into it? Like, how did you start smoking weed?
Well, the first time I had a bout with prescription drugs. I mean, the first time I ever smoked weed was like, I hate to say it, like 5 years old.
What?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't roll my own joint and fucking smoke it, but, I was shotgunned by older kids.
Shotgun by
Oh, he's breaking up weed
Shit
on a
like
Sesame
that.
Street record and shit.
No, but like, okay.
See, it's for grog.
In my early 20s, in my early and mid 20s, I started using a lot because the prescription drugs and how bad they are with people in our industry. And so, I mean, that's pretty much the reason why I started. And I mean, it's helped me with a lot of stuff, a lot of the mental issues I have.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, the PTSD stuff and
That's
I mean,
the
just
thing.
life, man.
And just pain.
Yeah.
Pain management.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, pain
all of
that
it.
anyone could have, whether they're a wrestler that fucked
Yeah,
up their shit
sure.
or just somebody that
Yeah.
just gets migraines or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I've had some crazy injuries,
Yeah.
Doug. I tore my asshole.
Yeah.
I missed a move in the corner and tore my asshole. I had
I
to-
wanna
the weirdest
hear-
response that I've ever heard.
I want to hear the whole
Bro went,
story.
yeah, he did, yeah.
He totally did.
I had to have I had to have a sphincterplasty, Doug. Legit emergency
I
sphincterplasty
wanted to cut
surgery.
you off on somewhat of a cliffhanger, but I feel like we've heard the whole story.
Sorry.
Feels like you figure out a real succinct way to tell people about it.
Let me get it out of the way. The elephant in the room.
Is it like when women have a baby? Like, do you feel like you've forgotten how painful it was? Like, it's impossible for you to remember the pain, or can you remember it specifically?
I do remember it specifically.
So that's
Sorry,
women
Doug.
only. Women say they can't remember the pain of childbirth. That's why they'd have more than one kid, right?
Right.
So, so
Here's
you
the
do
crazy
remember
part.
that, so you can't do that again.
The crazy part is this, like about 2 years prior to that, I did the same thing. I just didn't have to have surgery that time.
Oh my God.
And I figured once it healed, I'm like, what are
I'm
the
just
chances?
gonna put some ice on my asshole for a
Was
second.
the Bronco
Just-
Buster that over?
Yes,
You just
yes,
had to
Jesus.
risk it?
Yes,
Yes.
every night. Every night.
I got 4 moves. That's one of them, and that's the one that gets the biggest reaction.
yeah, for
So
sure.
I'm not getting rid of it.
Oh man, I feel like I have to come up with a new way to take it or something. If I
just
one
don't-
asshole rip, that's all you get out of me.
I don't let them move out of the way anymore.
Oh, okay. They gotta take it.
All right, now we really gotta go. We'll be back after these messages. When I'm on the road, finding the right razor can be such a hassle. How do I know I'm getting the right one so that I don't get razor burn without spending an arm and a leg? That's why I love Dollar Shave Club. They take the guessing work out of it. Get a great shave at a great price, conveniently delivered right to your door. I no longer have to waste time in the drugstore or spend a fortune on razors with gimmicky shaving tech I don't need. The best is when I use my DSC Executive Razor with their Dr. Carver's Shave Butter. The blade gently glides, giving me such a smooth shave. And what's really cool is their Dr. Carver's Shave Butter is transparent, which gives a more precise shave and helps prevent ingrown hairs and fights razor bumps. You too can make the smarter choice by joining Dollar Shave Club. For a limited time, new members get their first month of the Executive Razor with a tube of their Dr. Carter's Shave Butter for only $5 with free shipping. After that, razors are just a few bucks a month. That's a $15 value for only $5. In your first month box, you get an awesome weighty handle, a full cassette of 4 cartridges, and a tube of their shave butter. After your first month, replacement cartridges ship automatically at their regular price. There are no hidden fees and no commitments. Cancel anytime you like. You can only get this offer exclusively at dollarshaveclub.com/Benson. That's dollarshaveclub.com/Benson. Hey, we're back and we're talking about high yoga and the effect it's having on our children. We are here with Sean X-Pac Waltman Chris Cubas. I guess I shouldn't have paused like that.
Wait for it.
Chris Cubas and Ron Funches!
Yeah. All right.
We were hanging out in this basement, getting hella high, having a lovely conversation. Nobody's arguing about anything.
Real friendly group.
We're like a double stuffed Oreo.
Yeah.
Got it going on.
Kind of like right now. I mean, you got the vanilla on the outside.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a.
It's like a little stack. I like it though. This will be
I always
tasty.
scrape the vanilla off and leave the black part alone.
That's solid of you. I appreciate that.
That sounds a little separate but equally, if you're being honest.
Just like
Well,
in
the
that
black part and the
movie,
white part with
that
each
movie
other.
Trolls, I wouldn't have eaten the black troll. They'd be like, "You got enough problems. You're a troll and you're black, and I'm a big monster."
Out now on DVD. Pick it up.
You didn't die. Not only did you not die, spoiler, but also you weren't the first to die.
I did not die.
Yeah.
Not the first time. I'm available. I just pooped cupcakes. Hopefully, I'm available for a sequel. Hopefully, they're not watching this. But even if they are, this DreamWorks, they're okay. You guys are cool.
I love
as
the
fuck.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
I think the music in it is great.
No offense, I didn't see it. Did a bunch of trolls die in this movie? Is that what you're saying?
It's about these big monsters.
Don't
that-
ruin it. Don't spoil
No
it.
spoilers.
That
no spoilers.
they can only achieve true happiness if they eat a troll.
Basically, it's about consumerism. It's about consumerism and the fact that true happiness comes from inside and building it within you. And the only way that they could show that was by making a movie and a bunch of action figures.
It's like an allegory.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I'm bummed out that I know the character. Like, if I was a little kid and I went to see the trolls, I'd be like, oh, they're singing, and then they're getting eaten by monsters. It's really gonna make me uncomfortable.
No, it's weird.
You don't get a lot of.
it's,
There's not a lot of death in kids' movies
It's
anymore.
pretty heavy
It's
for
got
a
an
kid's
interesting
movie.
tone to it, but they, the trolls, they win through perseverance and,
so it's- yeah.
and hugs.
Just like me.
Pooping
Just
cupcakes.
like me.
Yeah, that's. I think a lot of us can relate to it if we're happy and successful, I guess.
Truly. It's got a great message. Check it out. Soundtrack of the summer.
I just see you dancing in that video.
I've been waiting for one of the other songs to drop because obviously Justin had that the hit single already from it, but there's other good songs on there. Gwen
Yeah, I
Stefani's
like
on
Hair
there.
Up. I'm on that track. With Gwen. Me, Gwen, and Justin Timberlake. You know, normal life.
Guys, I love movies. You know that. DougLovesMovies.com. What comic book movie do you think is best to watch high? Is wondered by Stoned and Nerdy.
Graphic novels count?
Stoned and Nerdy.
What?
Graphic novels count?
Well, sure. If you want to not answer, if you want to evade the question.
But that's just.
Yeah, you like.
But that'll work. That'll work.
Yeah,
I think
Before
everything's
Midnight
better.
or
Does
something.
Watchmen count?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think everything's better when I'm high, but it doesn't make stuff that's not good.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where I stand. So when people ask stuff like that, I'm like,
But I get it because sometimes
anything you
there's
liked
like,
while you were high doesn't necessarily mean it's because you were high.
No.
Here's the thing though, sometimes when I'm high, it puts me in like a lighter, like more jovial, fun mood.
Less
So
critical?
So I wouldn't want, less critical, and also I wouldn't necessarily want to see like a more like just somber action-y movie. Like even though like I like Kick-Ass and stuff, but like to me, if I'm like really high, it might be too violent for me, and I'd be like, whoa, too much. So to me, the answer to that question is Mystery Man. Because I love that.
Wow.
That's a deep pull I didn't see coming, but I can respect it.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right. I saw a bit of it on cable recently, and I find it very watchable. It just doesn't have like punchlines that land, but it's very.
It's like you could chill out.
There's a lot to
just
look at.
watch it. Janine Garofalo's in it. It's just like you just hang out and it's pretty chill and
There's
funny.
that fun sequence of all the shitty superheroes, different actors, but playing different. I'm Shovel Man or whatever the
Dane
fuck.
Cook is one of them. I think he's the Waffler, if I'm remember correctly.
I think you're
I'm
right.
pretty sure I'm right
Oh
about that.
shit!
See?
Chris
Like I
Cubas
got you
loves
guys on
movies
board.
too, you guys. Ron has been on Doug Loves Movies, but
he don't love movies.
he's
though.
recused himself from it because he doesn't like the trivia part.
Really?
Yeah, it's
I don't
happened
know
to
actors.
a few people I know.
I don't know actors. I don't know actresses. I don't know
I dig the trivia
directors.
stuff.
I don't know movies.
I do one like the next time you're on, every answer would be something about trolls, and I bet you would kill it.
Probably not.
But you know what? The other comics aren't going to know anything about trolls.
Okay. Well, I mean,
You
well,
know.
that's disrespectful of them.
Am I a bad friend for not seeing Trolls?
A little bit.
Sorry.
Doug seen it.
Could you please see Trolls and then do a review of it somewhere? To leave Ron's feelings out of it. What you honestly think about having to sit through Trolls?
Solid B. Come on.
It got him over with Shane McMahon's kids.
It did.
That's awesome.
It did.
I like that.
He had me do a impersonation, and I was like, "Yes, sir, Mr. McMahon."
I only get asked to do my impression if they want to scare their children.
You come over.
Tell
and
this
be
kid
my
to stop
kid.
crying, he's Bane. Take your crying into the shadows. Want to do some pot topics?
Yeah.
Hot topic.
Hot topic.
Anti-aging. I love this one. I made it number one just from the title. Because researchers at the University of Bonn and Hebrew University have discovered that low regular doses of THC may help to keep our brains from slowing down as we get older.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the part about low regular. I mean, regular's cool, but low bothers me. It's kind of like whenever... It's like whenever they talk about wine and how, now they say, oh, it's good for you if you only have one a day.
Yeah.
I don't want any of this have one puff a day bullshit. I'm not going to be able to handle
see how
that.
more could hurt. I mean, when it comes to THC.
Right? They're always so cautious. Instead of just saying, fuck it, let's all do marijuana.
And that's another thing that it's also good. It's also supposedly good for protecting people with traumatic brain injuries.
Oh,
Yeah, like a lot of us have concussions. I think it's really helped me a lot when it comes to that.
Well, they blew a bunch of pot smoke into, they shotgunned some mice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the mature and old mice, that didn't, get the influence of THC were less consistent in their abilities, in their brain usage. These stories are always so hard for me to figure out because there's so many words. I'm always trying to think of what's the quick version? What's the quick version of I tore my asshole, it was very painful.
I still have a few stitches in there too.
Okay, so there's more to the story.
How come Israel is so far
cut
ahead
it
of us
short.
when it comes to all the marijuana research?
Right?
Bullshit.
Yeah. Some Germans were involved in this one. And anyway, they're saying that long-lasting improvement of cognitive performance resulting from low dose of THC is seen in mature and old animals. So they took some time with this, or is it just our mice mature so much earlier than us? That's why you can do an aging test on them.
Probably.
Never
Their
thought of
And
lifespan
that.
is
also,
so
it's just
small.
fun to
right?
raise them from a baby to an adult and just smoke weed with them.
Yeah, it does sound like weed science is just come
That
up with by
sounds
people who
like-
are already high. Because you're like, what are you going to do? We're going to do some tests. What's that? We're going to get these mice high as shit. It's just
Do you guys want to do a buddy marijuana movie comedy? Because the premise would be Chris and Ron
I'm on board already.
yeah, sounds like a great project.
spend, I don't know what's happened in the third act. I don't know what kind of Shyamalan we can put in there, but the premise is two guys raising stoned mice. They could they could get superpowers, they could start to learn to talk, or they could only talk to you guys, or, something could happen. Because it should be like a fantasy movie, but it'll be fun and show marijuana in a positive light because nothing negative happens to the mice because of it. I like experiments on animals when nothing happens to the animal. They should do more of those. They should figure out first if it's going to hurt the animal before they do the experiment on them. I like that plan. Because so far nobody's died of marijuana, so it's pretty. You feel like it's not going to kill an animal, but you don't want a dog eating a bunch of pot brownies.
I had well, not the brownie because the chocolate's bad, but I bought. I was like, I don't know, maybe 14, 15, and I bought like a quarter ounce of weed, and that was a lot of weed for me at the time. And it was in my backpack. Came home from school with my friends. We left, came back, and this little ass dog we had ate the whole bag of weed. And that poor dog, like that dog, I was so mad because I was like, "Oh, you ate my weed!" And I looked at the dog, and he was like, "Oh," he was so like a quarter ounce, and it was a small ass dog, and he was just like, he was all fucking sad. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, buddy, I'm sorry." And that dog's been fucked up the rest of her life. I mean, she's dead now. That dog was not right. That dog used to run into walls and shit, like just full speed. That dog was not. Yeah, ever since then, that dog was just dumb.
Wow.
Damn.
Sorry. Don't mean to bring it down. I made my dog stupid for life. He had a great life.
Yeah, I mean,
Up until then.
Dogs seem to really bounce back from running into walls. Like every dog I've ever had, like if there's any space to run in the household, where change from like carpet to linoleum or something, they would fucking never learn to not hit that fucking linoleum going at full speed and then just start sliding. But they're always cool with it. Like our dog would always go flying into the cabinets in the kitchen because he couldn't make the turn.
Yeah.
That's one of life's simple pleasures. Watching that.
Yeah, but I always feel bad that it might actually be hurt and they can't tell you about it.
Yeah, but if they're not though, it's a good time.
Well, that's wrestling in a nutshell, right? That it's a good time till somebody gets hurt.
Exactly.
Because some of those fucking moves they're doing these days, I'm just like, God damn it. A little off and your neck is broken.
Yeah, broke my neck twice. Holy shit. I got a plate in my neck holding it together at 5th and 6th.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, do you recommend that people get into wrestling?
Well, I mean,
Do you think it's worth it?
For me personally, and I've paid a pretty high price, but I've had an amazing life.
Yeah,
with all the darkness.
And it doesn't bother you watching old wrestling footage with Ron when you're high, like like if somebody. Did you show anything where somebody got actually injured?
No, we don't really do
No,
that.
That's
maybe
good.
myself. I don't know. Maybe the torn a-hole thing. I don't know.
You guys showed that?
I don't know. Maybe we'll show it.
I would
the next
remember
one.
that if you showed that. Holy shit!
but
I'm nervous. I'm nervous to see it.
It's
now.
never funny when somebody gets hurt unless it's yourself. Right. Like then it's
unless
okay
you're there to
I
see
laugh
that
at that.
person.
Right,
you know?
right.
Like when I fall off the top rope onto the floor and smack my head on the concrete,
Yeah,
it was one of the
funny.
worst things that ever happened to me. And
Damn it.
yeah, but I laugh my ass off every time I see it.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty hilarious.
All right, so again, maybe like you can let a little of the pain go.
Yeah.
Just
That's
enjoy
why I
it.
think with comedy, it's like for all the horrible sets you have and those bad nights and those times you were like in shitty hotels and everything was like horrible, you would never really trade those in, even though.
I kind of forget them.
Yeah,
I forget my shitty sets.
Yeah.
People are like, "What's the worst set you ever had?" I'm like,
wish
I
I
don't
could
know. A few
forget.
weeks ago, they were kind of not into it.
Really. I wish I could forget my shitty matches. But they're right there for everyone to see.
With matches, it's always who your opponent is such a big part of it.
Yeah.
Like like if we had to do comedy with another person all the time, they could ruin the show for us by just not getting the right groove together. Right. So I imagine it's the same with wrestling.
Yeah, and if you're married to that person where you have to wrestle him for who knows how long, it can make your job not nearly as fun.
Right.
And it's a great job. I mean, like your job, it's just hearing those people. That's what makes it easy to take the pain.
Nice, yeah.
That's why the pain is so easy for me, anyways. I don't worry about it because the people are. Yeah. Such an opiate.
Yeah, and I guess, but the villain people must have to really enjoy, just translate that. They're hating me so much, that means they're loving me so much.
It's really funny you say that because I was talking about this as a heel, as a bad guy. yes, you want the people to hate you, right? But then once they do, man, eventually it got to me. Like, cause that's still negative energy, man, coming at you. And wrestling fans can be brutal, man. And
I find a lot of them, though, are very funny, so the laughter kind of makes them feel better about how much. The ones that are just fucking mean and
Right.
it's, you know, just play angry and that's their only thing. Like, I see that the audience like really does just fucking hate them. But there's ones I've seen lately that like make it funny that they're funny bad guys.
sure.
You know, which is like, so they get laughs, but also boos.
When I was a bad guy,
Like
though,
a
I wasn't trying to
mixture.
get laughs,
Right.
and nobody was laughing. You know, they hated me, man.
Yeah.
To the point where there's this thing, if you look it up in the Urban Dictionary, called X-Pac heat, which is a term for they just hate you and want you to go away. Like, legit.
Wow.
So, yeah.
In
They
Merriam-Webster's
hated me.
Urban Dictionary, it's in there.
Yes. The
I
Urban
love it.
Dictionary.
Here's another delightful pot topic sitting in front of me.
Hot topic.
Colorado continues to kill it. According to state sales tax data made public last week, March's sales haul of $131.7 million sets a record for Colorado for 1 month. $131.7 million. And I was just in Denver and had a lovely time. Got a thing that I didn't get around to doing anything with there. No, I didn't get that there. I got that here. And I got this wherever I was right before Denver. I can't remember where that was, but it's like R2-D2, but he's C-3PO color, and he's a pipe. Oh, he's loaded. I'll
I
take
think
it.
you're supposed to paint it. I think you're supposed to paint it yourself. No?
But a lady gave it to me somewhere, and she goes, "Don't give this away," because I tend to re-gift everything. And I said, "No, I won't. I'll take it all the way back to California." And so here it is, making its network, making its internet debut. Is there a Carby thing on here somewhere? I don't think so. I think there must be. Lexington? Maybe it was Lexington that she gave it to me. No. Rosemont, Illinois.
This has been Where's Doug been recently?
Yeah, it was Rosemont. We have a nice little spot there where we smoke and we haven't gotten into trouble yet. Where's that place, Chris, where you and I were like, we stand next to a dumpster, but it's enclosed?
Is that Kansas City?
I think so. I think that might have been Kansas City.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It was-
All right, we got to go to one more commercial break, and then we'll be back to wrap things up. A very fun session. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody. So that we don't have to do it in the show, I'm going to do it during the breaks. I want to say subscribe to this show if you haven't already, and click the like button as it helps fight against people who flag our videos. And you can also subscribe on iTunes for the audio-only version of the show. And also, our web store is now through villubi.com. We'll put it on the screen, I think, maybe. Check it out. You can still visit us at the same URL, bit.ly/DougMerch. Order your mugs, t-shirts, and blue cards. Get blue cards. We'll sign them, and then the post office will put something right over the signature, and it's a big waste of money. Cards for Hymanity, I like to call it. Thanks, you guys, and enjoy your day.
I'm getting dug with high. I'm getting dug with high.
Hey, we're back, and I mean this totally as a compliment. That music made me sleepy. But so does marijuana. And that was by, we have heard this one before, but I didn't know how to pronounce this person's name. Timmy Mengel? But you can find him on social media and SoundCloud as, he calls himself Churches and Trains.
Okay.
Yeah, I could imagine hearing that music in both of those places. whenever you're hearing music on a train.
Both of those places have like bad snacks. They don't have great snacks on a train, and usually at church, not good snacks either.
Well, you mean, because there's good unhealthy snacks on some trains, like on Amtrak, the food car has some pretty good, not so great for you stuff.
But it's usually so expensive.
That's true. That's a good point. They do jack it up. It's not like when you're on a train you have any other options.
It's true.
I'm a stoner that doesn't eat junk food or anything anymore. I eat extremely clean. So like when I get the munchies, I go to like, you know, mixed greens and a burger patty or some crap like that. It makes it difficult.
You can
man.
still eat meat though.
Oh yeah. No sugars though. I don't do anything sugar-wise.
Yeah, I try to not do sugar, and it's very difficult.
It is so difficult. I love you, chocolate covered gummy bears.
Hey, I found some.
I love you, Chris Cubas.
I was about to say thank you, Ron. I appreciate that.
I've never even had a chocolate covered gummy bear.
It's so good.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. That sounds all right. Is it all the different flavors that gummy bears come in under the chocolate and they don't ever go against each other?
That actually sounds really good.
I like it.
Okay.
It's it depends on who you are. I'm not going to force you into it.
Please don't force me to eat a chocolate gummy.
Where do you get something like that?
It's specialty candy. You got to go to your upper class candy.
Chris Cubas, Crapshoot Comedy Festival, May 18 to 20, this weekend, Las Vegas. I'm jealous of this. This sounds like it's going to be a fun event
For sure.
in a fun place.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And then you have this great podcast concept. It's a real podcast called Canceled. And people can listen to it on iTunes and at chriscubas.podbean.com. But tell everybody the premise of it.
We watched TV shows that only lasted one season, so we've watched like
Nice.
good and bad. Yo, we'll get you. We'll get you. We'll get you. It's coming. We'll get to you.
Yeah, it's not like they're looking for. It's kind of like you want to watch good shows that just didn't last.
It's half and half. So like we've watched Freaks and Geeks, which is great, but then we also watch like Cop Rock or what, you know what I mean? Like so it's like some of them are
so
real
you don't
bad.
think
and some of
Cop
them are
Rock
good.
deserved a second season?
Have you actually watched it? Because it's one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
I know. That's why I think it deserved a second season. Because it was just so different.
Yeah, and then like
Really odd.
yeah, and then there'd be like a song about lynching out of nowhere, and then also just like that guy selling babies. It's a very strange. Listen to the podcast.
There were songs about heavy shit.
Very heavy.
And yeah, because it was a cop show like, Hill Street Blues, of course, was very popular at the time.
Right.
So it was trying to be the same kind of gritty show,
Yeah.
but they break into song all the time. It was fucking amazing.
It's very strange.
Yeah, it's really
all
good.
on YouTube. You can watch all of it. It's
Yeah,
very weird. But we're in the middle of Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. right now.
I bet people throw suggestions at you
Love it. Yeah.
left and right.
Yeah. We might do Wrestling Society X.
I was gonna say.
It only did one season.
Yeah.
I think I might do that next. It was an MTV. It was a wrestling show on MTV back in the day.
solid.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So what do you do? Do you binge and then do an episode, or do you do an
We do-
episode per
It's like
episode
two
of the
episodes.
show you're watching?
2 episodes of the show for 1 episode of the podcast,
okay.
more or less. Sometimes it's 3, depending on the show.
And people kind of can stay at pace with you so they know what you're talking about?
Absolutely, and then it's
I
not
bet you
like
it's
we don't. It's not
entertaining if you
commentary.
haven't
It's
watched
not-
it, too.
Yeah, it's not commentary over it. We just have the conversation about it.
Right, but you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you don't want it to be too inside that, like, if
No,
someone
no,
hasn't
no.
seen
It's a
it,
lot
they
of
don't know
riffing
what the
and
fuck
being-
you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
It's more like you're describing it as much as you're
For sure.
critiquing it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's super fun.
I love it.
That does sound
Yeah,
really
it's a good show. We've done some
Yeah, I
great-
keep forgetting to listen to it, and I think it's something I'd really get into, so I gotta do it.
It's got so many C's in it. You did alliteration. Cancel with Chris Cubas. Ooh, that's fun.
I can't have bloods on my podcast because there's too many C's in my.
At the real X-Pac on Twitter. Where else do you want people to find you?
At X-Pac 12360 is my Instagram for my show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about your dog?
Oh, my dog. Yeah.
I just met your dog
yeah.
outside in the hallway. It's
At It's Baby Lula.
very cute.
Yeah, she's great.
Your dog has an account?
Instagram, somebody made it for her. Yeah.
I just
Somebody did?
Yeah.
I just got a brand new puppy. They got an Instagram as well.
Nice.
I'm gonna plug my dog's Instagram.
Do it.
Lester_superstar. Check him out. He's adorable. He's a cute. He's 9 weeks old. He's cute as
It's
shit.
a lot of shots of him, but also
It's all
does
just
he
him.
take some shots every once in a while? Like,
You-
do you ever get anything from his point of view?
Life of Lester.
Yeah, you don't want to, nobody wants all selfies.
True.
That's true.
Show us like if he sees a cat or something. This happened today. It's the caption
he's
underneath
this
the picture of
tall.
a cat wandering by.
Yeah, he's this tall, so everything would just be like ankles. Like he's like literally this
Some
tall.
people
Yeah.
be into that.
Just put the phone on the ground and
Weird
take a
fetish
picture. Yeah, let him loose at a party. Summer party. Anything else we're skipping for promotion-wise for you?
I'm going. I'm leaving here and going right to AfterBuzz TV Studios and doing my show X-Pac 12360. I have this
Cool.
guy named Sean Stasiak. He was called Meat back in the Attitude Era. He's going to be on the show.
Do you worry you're going into your other show too high?
No, I'm fine. I got this. I used to go I used to medicate before I went in the ring a lot.
Okay.
And I mean, I wouldn't get high, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it getting high. Anyways, whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna move along.
Well, you could see, what's that?
No, never mind.
You could see X-Pac and Ron Funches in their live show, Get High, Watch Wrestling at Cinefamily right here in Los Angeles on May 26th. Always a good time there. And, like Ron said, if you pay extra, you have a chance to go out on the patio. And it's just a perfect patio for what you're going to need to do before a show called Get High, Watch Wrestling. I'll give you a hint, there's no wrestling out on the patio.
Please don't wrestle
But
on the patio.
maybe put a little ring in the back one time and have you
think they got the space back
some
there
Lucha
for that?
Vavoom dwarves or something come out and do a little.
I would love that if they
demonstration.
got the space back there.
They don't have a lot of space back there. That's why I went right to dwarves.
They still
not
need a
much
regular
room back
size
there.
ring.
No, they get a tiny ring, Ron. We just put them in a wading pool. There's room for that back there. Nationwide tour. You can see Ron Funches. What's the tour called? It's got a fun name.
Funchomania.
It's right there on his shirt. That kicks off June 8th and it goes through August 12th. And you go to ronfunches.com for tickets and info and deets.
Come see me, please.
Yeah, thank you guys for being here. Great job today.
Oh man, I forgot.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm on this show called The Tomorrow Show every Monday and Thursday, and we dress up in Star Trek costumes and interview a bunch of people. We had George Takei on, and
Where's that at?
it's on you can watch it on YouTube.
Okay.
Get it on iTunes.
All right.
The Tomorrow Show. It's fun.
All right, cool.
Sorry, man.
That's all right. Anybody
Sorry
else?
About that, Ron.
It's all right. Punchomania, though, remember that last.
Yeah, baby.
It's got to be the last plug. Our next show is Tuesday, May 23rd at 4:15 Pacific time, so it'll be 4:20 right here. And hopefully I'll remember to set my phone up and, all the other things I'm supposed to do. Such a complicated life. Thanks, you guys. See you next time.
Later.
Thanks to Dollar Shave Club for sponsoring today's episode. Dollar Shave Club is the smarter choice where you can get a great shave at a great price, conveniently delivered right to your door. Check out this deal that they're offering to Getting Dug fans. For a limited time, new members get their first month of Executive Razor with a tube of their Dr. Carver's shave butter for only $5 with free shipping by going to dollarshaveclub.com/Benson. After that, razors are just a few bucks a month. That's dollarshaveclub.com/Benson.